Yo, what's good YouTube? In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys one of the best and most all-around small forward builds in NBA 2K25. This build is super good offensively and defensively, so let's get straight into it. This build is going to be made as small forward, 6'6" for the height, 213 pounds for the weight with a 6'10" wingspan. And here is the full build right here, so drop a like for that, but definitely stay tuned. I'm going to be explaining why every single attribute is where it is and some different things you can change around on this build to fit your playstyle better. Let's start off by looking at our finishing, where we do get contact dunks on this build with an 89 driving dunk, which does give us silver posterizer, gold aerial wizard, and of course the 2-foot and 1-foot contact dunk animations. And remember, if you do want those animations, you do need a 78 vertical, which we did get on this build as well. Close shot is set at a 69 just because it's naturally raised up. Same thing with our driving layup, as it is connected to our ball handle, so we're just going to leave those where they're at. 45 standing dunk does give us standing dunk animations, so you definitely want to get that on this build. And one thing I did decide to add on this build is a little bit of post control, putting it at a 70, which does give us some nice bronze and silver badges, so we can bully some smaller defenders if they're put on us in the paint. One thing you could do is you could drop this down to 45 and add these attributes somewhere else, something like speed, free throw, whatever you want. But I wanted to have a little bit of post control on this build to make us a little bit more well-rounded on the offensive end of the floor. Moving down to our shooting, we get an 89 3 and a 79 mid-range. This 89 3 ball is going to give us silver deadeye, silver limitless range, gold set shot specialist, and silver shifty shooter. Having an 89 3 ball on this build is going to make you an absolute sniper. You can shoot from anywhere on the court. You're going to be super consistent. Just make sure you get your hot zones and find a jumper that works well for you. We also have a 65 free throw. I just like to have a little bit of free throw. You can definitely green with this, but if you do want to drop some of your different attributes and add more free throw, that's definitely an option as well. Next up is our playmaking, where we get a 65 pass accuracy. This is nothing crazy, but it does give us bronze break starter and bronze dimer. We're going to be able to pass to our teammates when they're wide open. We're not necessarily a pure playmaker, but we do have enough pass accuracy to hit our teammates when they're open. Our ball handle is at an 86 for a good variety of different dribble moves. We're also going to get silver ankle assassin, silver handles for days, Hall of Fame strong handle, which is going to be great on this build. We're really going to be able to bully smaller defenders and get to the rim, and silver unpluckable. We put our speed with ball up to a 75 for silver lightning launch. This is going to help us blow by defenders, and one thing you could do is with the +1 badge perk, you could upgrade this from silver to gold from the season pass, so keep that in mind. This build is super good offensively, but we also have some very solid defense, starting out with a 74 interior defense. This is going to help us contest shots in the lane. It also gives us Hall of Fame off-ball pest and bronze post lockdown, so if you do get switched onto a center, you do have a chance of playing some solid defense and getting a contest if they're posting you up or trying to back you down. Our perimeter defense is at a super high rating of 92, which gives us gold challenger, gold on ball menace, gold pick dodger, gold unmovable enforcer, since we do have that 85 strength, and of course that Hall of Fame off ball pest. This build also has some really nice physicals. We're big, we're tall, and we're strong, so you could use this as a lockdown defender if you would like to. Even though our offense is really good, you're going to be elite on the defensive end of the floor as well. And our steal is at an 85 for silver glove and gold interceptor, and then rounding it out with a 68 block, which does give us that bronze high flying denier, and this is going to help us get a bunch of chase down block animations. I know the badge is only on bronze and 68 isn't the highest rating, but trust me, I've been playing 2K for a while now. Having this badge on bronze is definitely worth it. Moving down to our rebound, it's nothing crazy here, but I did put it to a 60 just so we can get that bronze rebound chaser and bronze box out beast. So if you're in good positioning, you can actually pull a rebound down on this build. So I always like to have at least a 60 on every single build I make. And then lastly, looking at our physicals here, we have an 83 speed, which is pretty solid for a build this tall, and strong, and 80 agility, which helps us on the defensive end, and it also helps us get this shifty shooter, pick dodger, and on-ball menace. Our strength is at an 85, which gives us all of these badges right here, and it's going to help us on both the defensive end of the floor and on offense. And lastly, our vertical, which is there for that posterizer and those contact dunks. And in case you guys were wondering, here are all the different takeovers we get on this build. A pretty solid variety, and I think it mostly comes down to your personal play style. Do you want to be more of a defender? Would you like to focus more on shooting? Then you could go with one of these two, or you could go with something more focused on slashing and finishing at the rim, but it's all personal preference, so it's nice that we have a nice variety of takeovers on this build. And when we finish the build, we get shades of Lou Dort, Shane Battier, and Paul George. Three pretty good comparisons, all of those guys being very solid defenders, and our final name comes out to be a two-way, three-level shot creator. Let me know down in the comments section below what you think of this build, and if you're planning on making something similar. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like on it and subscribing to the channel. Check out this video right here for the first episode of my Team No Money Spent series, episode 1. Check out some other videos on my channel for a bunch of great builds. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.